Scandinavians known as Vikings emerged and left their home in the 8th century. A monumental invention from the Vikings was the Viking longship, which aided the migrations of Norsemen to be possible. In contempt of their constant plundering, the movement of Vikings made an impact with trade. A trade in North Africa called the Berbers were known to import animals across the Sahara Desert. For example, they transported camels across the Sahara Desert due to their ability to withstand the hot climates in Africa. And yet several African tribes overtook a few oases that could have been stops for camels and charged to hold to pass. Tribes in Central Asia had horses to impact their life. Horses were used in the Mongol military in the past, but began to become domesticated animals that provided meat, hides, and milk to people who helped economically and for survival as well. Marco Polo, for example, wrote that the Mongol riders would stay alive by eating the horse slowly. Additionally, the horse's speed allowed luxury goods to travel across Central Asia and diffuse many crops, technologies, and religions into Eurasia. Iron was able to be diffused across the continent of Africa for making technology due to the effects of the Bantu people. Sharp iron tools were effective in harvesting crops to allow for more to be planted. The Polynesian people brought food products like bananas into East Africa. The Polynesians went island hopping to Fiji and Tahiti and learned to navigate with the help of stars and canoes. The Polynesian Triangle. The Polynesians, as they island hopped, brought domesticated animals to each island. For example, rats were carried into the Easter Island and pigs into Hawaii. However, with the introduction of new animals comes problems of their own. This includes the pig destroying flora and eating all the nuts and seeds, which prevents growth of new crops. A man by the name of Muhammad, through the words from the Quran, preached about the inequality of the economy in Mecca. His opinions created the religion of Islam, which believed that humans should be submissive to God and show character of compassion, equity, and justice. These attitudes can be expressed by praying 5 times a day, giving to charity, and to contribute during the month of Ramadan. The Islam religion was influenced strongly by Arabians. The Persian religion, Zoroastrianism, influenced Islam along with the cultural exchange to the Arabian Peninsula. Islam believed in the supernatural, angels, and Satan, which can also be found in Asia by a few scholars. Islam emphasized trade very much. Through trade, the Islam religion was able to spread. Islam spread to Indonesia, the Philippines, and sub-Saharan Africa through the Trans-Saharan trade route. Islam spread rapidly into the Byzantine Empire, North Africa, and as far as Spain due to military expansion, merchant activities, and the emergence of a new sector of the Islam religion called the Sufi. The Sufis believed in experiencing the divine and mystical experiences God offered. The missionaries the Sufis led were successful in converting many Turks in Africa. The rise of diasporic merchant communities is one example of cross-cultural exchange. These people formed a variety of port cities and major trade routes. A few examples include Jews in Muslim Cairo and Muslims on the South Asian coast. Ibn Battuta and Marco Polo were travelers who documented the Jewish communities in China. The diasporic communities were a link of the traveling merchants that were visiting these foreign lands. South Asian merchants were the ones to bridge merchants and the culture. A few other examples include Muslim merchant communities in the Indian Ocean region, Chinese merchant communities in Southeast Asia, Sogdian merchant communities throughout Central Asia, and Jewish communities in the Mediterranean. Artistic and cultural traditions. The spread of Christianity through Europe, the influence of Neo-Confucianism and Buddhism in East Africa, the spread of Hinduism and Buddhism in Southeast Asia, and the spread of Islam in Sub-Saharan Africa and Asia, as well as the Toltec and Inca tradition influencing the Mesoamerican and Andean America regions. Ibn Battuta, Marco Polo, and Xuan Zhang are a few famous travelers that wrote journals of their travels throughout the Eurasian trade routes. The stories may not be entirely accurate, but the writings of these travelers provided information about interregional networks of trade and the limitations of people due to culture. A continuous diffusion of crops and epidemic diseases like the bubonic plague happened along these trade routes. Some examples of crop diffusion include bananas in Africa, new rice varieties in East Asia, and the spread of cotton, citrus, and sugar.
Created using Powtoon.